Welcome back guys to another Grand Theft Auto 5 Online video, all about the brand new Bikers DLC that's just been added into GTA Online. Now in this video, I'm going to be telling you guys how you guys can actually make the most amount of money in Grand Theft Auto Online Bikers DLC with the new business systems, and some tips and tricks they may want to know regarding these things, and some little snippets of information that you are going to want to actually know to make the most amount of money, as they can be very, very lucrative businesses. Now, I want to have full disclosure. Some of this information actually comes from a user on the Grand Theft Auto 5 subreddit who goes by the name Sinsme. His link will be in the description down below. He had a huge guide to the new DLC, and I took a couple of points out of here, but I'd already made a few points from yesterday when I actually started playing around with these businesses, but full disclosure, didn't want to hide anything, so go and check the link down there. Anyway, if you guys do end up enjoying the video, be sure to go and smack that like button down below. Now, let's go into the information. So, the first thing that you guys need to know about the Grand Theft Auto 5 Online businesses is that it is much cheaper if you buy a business out in Blaine County. Now, of course, we have the different businesses such as fake money production, fake document production, cocaine, weed, and meth labs. Now, what you're actually going to want to do for this is, unless it's a real important thing to you to actually have your business constantly down in the city, do your best to buy all of your businesses up north, up in the Blaine County area, and keep them well out of the city, because it is much cheaper to buy them in Blaine County and actually do all your shipping runs from there. And even despite this, you actually do keep the same productivity. Now, I at first assumed if it was going to be much cheaper up there, maybe you wouldn't make as much money, maybe it would be slower to produce. No, it's exactly the same. You just save a bunch of money because you're out of the kind of hot spot for online activity. So you're kind of out in the boonies and you have to be out there producing your stuff kind of away from everybody else. But hopefully this will drag a few more players up there, and it saves you guys a lot of money on your first lump sum investment. So you can save an easy at about 200 to 300 grand, just straight off the bat. So if you guys are currently a bit strapped for cash within this new DLC, maybe you'd want to consider buying your business maybe a bit out of town, so go somewhere up north and do it from there. Next thing you guys are going to know is actually about the upgrades for all of your different warehouses that you work from. Now, of course, you have 3 different upgrades for each one from what I can tell so far. For each one, you have a security camera upgrade, a staff upgrade, and a unique upgrade to each of the 5 businesses that can range from anything like UV lights in the weed place to improved technology and kind of faster production in, for example, the meth lab. Now, the thing with this is that roughly, this isn't exact, but more or less, by the time that you've made all of the upgrades, the base investment that you first made into your business is going to be multiplied by a factor of 3. So you're going to end up spending a lot more money on some of these things. I wouldn't say all of the upgrades are necessary, really. The staff upgrades are very good, and the particular unique upgrades that I've tried so far have been very useful. But I wouldn't necessarily upgrade things like the security cameras you can have in each place. They're a little bit of a waste of money, but I will explain what they do, aside from actually just being able to be used to look out when you're inside of your building. What they will actually do is they'll actually make it safer for cop raids. Now, for those of you that don't know, cops will actually occasionally come around to your business and take any stock that you actually have. They won't take any created product, but any existing stock will actually be taken. Now, if you have these security camera upgrades, you have a much lower chance of actually getting raided by cops. So it's entirely up to you whether you want to make this first-time investment kind of mitigate that risk in any way, or if you just kind of want to roll the dice there and even just take a chance with being raided by the cops. Maybe it will be fun if you're particularly into role-playing, but that's just something you guys should know about the money investment. On the other hand, these upgrades do actually help with sale price, and they actually also help with speed of production, so they can kind of weigh up. It's kind of up to you to weigh up the balance of this and choose kind of how you want to spend your money if you haven't got it just coming out your pockets. Next thing, with the max upgrades, you can actually sell your product for a higher amount. If you sell it to your county, you can sell for about 200 grand, and if you want to sell it to the other county, it's about 300 grand. Now, what I mean by counties is if we separate the map into Los Santos and Blaine County respectively, if you're in, say, Los Santos, you'll actually make 300 grand if you sell your product to someone in Blaine County, and vice versa, whereas if you sell within the same county, you only make roughly 200 grand or 2/3 of it. This next one is a very big one that I've seen already a few people get wrong because it is so important, and it makes a massive difference to your business. When you're actually at the open road terminal on your computer, you actually have the option to buy new stock, and from there you can either choose to steal some stock from somewhere around the map, wherever it may be, or you can choose to actually just buy some. Now, I've seen a lot of people take the easy route and actually buy it, but this is something you do not want to do because buying it costs an insane amount, and it'll pretty much mitigate any profit that you can actually make from your business. So you end up just wanting to steal this stuff because it's an easy way of making money for 15-20 minutes of actual gameplay, you'll save a bunch of money, and because it's actually yet unconfirmed, as Simsney actually says in his Reddit post here, it's actually unconfirmed as to whether by the time you actually buy your product and then sell it on, whether you even make any money at all. So you do not want to do that. You're going to want to spend the extra time and just go and steal it yourself instead of actually buying the product, because it's pretty much unconfirmed as to whether you make any profit at all, so you're just absolutely wasting your time. Second to last thing you guys need to know is that it costs about 4.5 grand a day per business. That's right, per business, of which you can have up to 5 as your daily cost of actual production. So like I said, per business, 4.5 grand a day, which is every 48 minutes in Grand Theft Auto. So if you multiply this value by 5, you actually get about 22.5 grand. So it's going to cost you over 20 grand every 48 minutes in Grand Theft Auto Online if you actually own all 5 businesses. Now this may seem like a bit of an exorbitant price, but as it turns out, you're making plenty of money off your 5 businesses as long as you're doing constant runs back and forth, getting the product in, shipping the product out, because of course there is a cap to production, so you need to make sure that you're staying on top of it and you don't run out of space in the warehouse, all of this kind of stuff. But you will easily get rid of those 4.5 grand per business costs. They end up being pretty insignificant. And last thing you guys need to know is that the game is actually working in the background while your production isn't fully done, even while you're offline. So you don't even need to be logged into GTA Online to be making money. Your workers are still there working for you very hard, and they're actually giving you money, but it doesn't work as quickly as it does when you're in the game. I don't know the exact numbers, but it's a much slower rate than actually in the game. But nonetheless, that's still just making money in the background, so if you leave it for a couple of days, you're still going to be making a solid amount of money without having to do any effort at all. And that's pretty much all I have to say about these business tips for you guys in Grand Theft Auto Online with the new Bikers DLC. These apply to pretty much all 5 of the types of businesses you can have, so go ahead guys, go and buy some of these things. Try to pick your better investments, for example the ones out in Blaine County, so you guys save yourself a bit of money without having to really worry about any kind of downsides to it. If you guys did end up enjoying the video, then be sure to go and drop a like down below, as it really does help me and the channel out. As always, I'm loving this DLC so far and I cannot wait to get back on and play more of it. Subscribe for more videos just like this coming very soon. There's going to be a link to the Reddit post that I referenced a couple of times down in the description below. And finally, follow me on Twitter. There'll be a link in the description also down below, where I post more daily Grand Theft Auto 5, real life and graphic design content every single day. And that's pretty much it. Thank you guys all very much for watching. My name has been Flair, signing out.